Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can probably tell if you've been watching my vlogs over lockdown, I am not in the same place that I was in before. I'm back in London finally, so welcome to my new situation, which was my old situation. In case you recently started subscribing, obviously you won't have seen all of this before, but this is where I am until I move house. In a few months probably. So today I am already escaping from London. I'm heading out to Epping Forest with my friend Anna, who is at Anna the Runner on Instagram and is one of the hosts of the running channel, which is a channel that I can thoroughly recommend if you're looking for anything to do with running. They have all sorts of interesting stuff on there, including lots of kit reviews, you know, gel reviews, anything you could possibly want to do with running, they will have it on their site. So I'm going to go running with her and I will tell you a little bit more about how we met when we get there and answer some of your questions that you asked on Instagram as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because there will be lots more running content coming your way. But first of all, breakfast. Okay, so breakfast is two pieces of wholemeal toast, half eaten, with peanut butter, and the other one's got some sort of chocolatey biscuit spread that I got sent a while back and I'm absolutely loving, and I can't have too much of it because otherwise I'll eat the entire jar in one sitting. And then I've also got a smoothie. It's got frozen fruits in it because I had a couple left over. I'm trying to work my way through the freezer food because obviously I'm moving at some point and I've got so much stuff in there, so I've nearly used up all the frozen food. And that's got protein in it as well as various spices, some turmeric, some hemp protein, and lots of different fruits, and some blueberry powder that I found, which is why it's blue and not yellow. And then of course my coffee, decaf as always, with a little bit of chocolate in it, mocha basically, and that is my staple of every single morning. After eating this, I'm just going to get dressed. It is 8:30, so at the moment I'm going to leave at 9, so I'm going to wolf this down, and then it's about an hour's journey to Epping Forest, at which point hopefully I will have digested most of it. I don't think we're going to be gunning it around the park. I think it's going to be a nice leisurely pace. So usually if it was going to be a fast run or a race or something like that, I'd leave 2 hours between breakfast and running. But because this one's going to be nice and slow, and because I didn't want to get up any earlier, I'm just leaving 1 hour. So fingers crossed that'll be okay. Okay, so for today's run, I am wearing Jack Wolfskin base layer. I absolutely love these because A, they're very light, but B, they just kind of keep you warm without taking up too much space. I'm wearing a Lululemon sports bra, high impact, and these Fabletics shorts, and these are the ones that I was wearing basically throughout lockdown, but the black version, and they've got an undershort, which is very useful, and they got a pocket in there, which is where I put my phone if I'm just going on a short run and not taking a bag or anything. And I've got my Falca socks on, excuse the mess on the floor, and these just are very useful for if it is very muddy, because I tend to kick myself a little bit, so it stops the mud going up my legs as well as it kind of hurting a little bit. Oh, look at that muscle. And then I have got my Columbia trail running bag, and then in this I'm going to put a waterproof, my keys, my phone, my camera, basically everything that I need to get me to the other side of London and back. This is super useful. This one doesn't have water in, but you can put a camelback in it, so very useful. Can thoroughly recommend this. My other one that I've been using throughout lockdown is Jack Wolfskin, also extremely good. And this is Columbia again. I am a big fan of Columbia. I do think they do some really good stuff. That's just the lightest rain jacket ever. I mean, it like crumples into a ball that small, so that will go in my bag. The most muddy shoes you will have ever seen, ever, probably, unless you've got some of your own like this. These are the Columbia Montreal Caldorado 3, or at least they were before they were caked in mud, and I will be wearing these because Anna tells me it's muddy, so you know, might as well. I reckon it'll give them a clean off. But anyway, those are my favourite trail running shoes, and hopefully they are not so muddy that I can't wear them. It's the tube, first time I've caught the tube in about 6 months. I'm slightly scared actually, but it's also really cold outside, way colder than I expected, so I shoved in a pair of trackies as well so that I can cover up my bare legs when I'm on my way back and probably on my way there as well. Put in some water into my bag, and then I'm going to try and huddle away from people on the tube and see how that goes. I'm currently listening to Run Pod with Jenny Falconer, and her guest is Alex Crockford, who is my friend and the guy that I did Tokyo Marathon with last year. So it's great to hear him talking about running, because he's a little bit like me in that he does a bit of everything. It's very much into sort of strength training and cross training and all that kind of stuff, but running is a part of his training in the same way that it is for me as well. So yeah, it's nice to hear him chat about all of this, and nice to hear a familiar voice on a very, very, very good podcast. We've just come into Epping Forest. We've done about 1.5 kilometers or something of running so far, and this is Anna.
Hi.
Anna, as I said previously, is like presenter extraordinaire at the running channel. They do awesome stuff. I wore red especially in tribute of the running channel. But we are going on a little run here, and I'm going to answer some of your questions as we go along. Anna,
Yeah.
could you possibly introduce yourself a little bit more into what you do, what kind of running you do, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, we're going to hang right here.
Cool.
I'm the head of content on the running channel. I present about running tips. I do silly challenges.
Love them.
As in where Flora and I met at Tribe Run for Love. What kind of running do I do? All kinds.
You do everything, don't you?
Everything. I love track. I love trails. I love cross country. I love road running. I love marathons.
And ultra marathons.
Ultra marathons. Anything goes.
Very nice, an inspiration for us all. So as Anna mentioned, we met during the Tribe Run for Love in the Azores last November?
Yeah.
November, oh my god.
November.
Time goes so quickly. It was something that I'd gone to alone, and I met her at the airport, and I'd sat down at the gate, and all I could see was guys with these really muscly calves and like these hats that, you know, that someone's pro when they're wearing this particular type of hat with their peak like up a little bit, you know, the one. And I felt so out of place. I'd never done an ultra before. You know, I've only run one marathon. Like I just felt so out of place. And then Anna came along and stood in the queue, and I was like, it's a girl. I'm gonna go up and say hi. And so I went up and just sort of started chatting to her. And Anna, did you think I was really weird?
No, not at all. I was also grateful to see another girl. I've taken us down a really weird route here, by the way.
Yeah, okay, this is proper cross country. Love it.
No, not at all. I was grateful to see another girl. I was grateful to be able to like have a chat. I was really nervous. I'm sure you were too.
I was so nervous.
Just like that nervous energy.
Yeah.
It just was really comforting to have someone to chat to, and I think we just hit it off straight away, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And then we shared a room basically for the first couple of nights as well, and then at the end as well after the longest day. And you've got to watch Anna's vlogs on this, by the way. World's toughest island race. Go and check it out, because I came and welcomed her home. Which way are we going?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. I came and welcomed her home after she'd completed 80 kilometres after 3 very long days of running.
And carried my bag and my wet sweater.
Yep, because I'd only done 40 kilometres that day, so I was feeling fresh. And I welcomed her back, and then, yeah, it was just best friends from there, basically. But yeah, there's no better way of bonding with someone than sharing a room and a tent with them for 5 very sweaty days.
Okay, gotcha. So lost. Except we're not lost. Anna knows exactly where we're going.
It's kind of like a make it up as you go along, half land, half nothing.
Love it. That's what we always do. Feel right at home. Anyone who has followed Anna or me during lockdown will know both of us have got massively into gardening. And one of the questions that one of you guys asked was, how much time does Anna spend in her allotment? Anna, can you enlighten them?
Well, my running kind of took a back seat for a couple of months while I dug the allotment.
Very nice.
In many
Priorities.
hours. It's actually back home at my mum and dad's, so I don't get to spend much time there now.
Which means more running.
You think so?
Why ask you questions on the biggest hill we've done?
I'm not sure. You're not my favourite person.
So what have you been growing?
What haven't we been growing? We've got the world's biggest pumpkin.
Very nice.
Corn, aubergine, celery, beans, peas, lettuces, spinach, potatoes, onions.
Oh my god, show off.
Everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ours have all died recently because of the storms.
Oh, no.
And now I'm really upset, so I'm very jealous of Anna's. Have you eaten a lot of stuff from them then?
So much. Oh, beetroot as well. I love beetroot.
Oh wow.
I made a cottage pie
Very nice.
with the potatoes, onions and courgettes that we've grown.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was very satisfying. With a side of beans.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I can recommend planting veg if you don't have that much else on. If there's a second lockdown, I know what I'll be doing. This is where we are. Something to do with animals and attacks.
And attacks. 500 BC.
500 BC, wow. Amazing. Look at the runners, yay! Doggo! Hi! Okay, let's go. Okay, so one of the other questions that someone asked was, should you run in your period? And I'm answering this one on here very shortly because I'm actually writing a blog post on it at the moment, and about how hormone cycles affect your training and how you can make the most of that rather than just having it as a kind of negative thing. But essentially, everyone's different. What is normal for you may not be normal for someone else. So if you feel like you really don't want to train, then you don't have to. But the general guidance is that training, low impact training, so not necessarily running, but things like walking, cycling, swimming, yoga, Pilates, thank you Anna, can be beneficial for reducing pain and cramps. And we know that exercise has analgesic effects, so it reduces pain if you're doing it right and if you're not overstressing the body. So if a run is what makes you feel better while you're on your period or while you're very tired, then go for it. It's not going to do any harm at all. Don't over exert yourself if you're very tired, but generally I find that it can help. And I might not do my long run, but I might do like 8 kilometers or something, kind of middling run just to get out and get moving, and then generally I feel a lot better after that. But for some people that's not for them, and they don't have to do that. Am I going the wrong way? We're lost again. Okay, back up the hill. Jump, 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 jump. Woo! Cool, over the river. Yeah, it's up, up. Oh God. Slippery.
Yeah, it's just the sun as well.
God, Anna, when I said cross country, you really took me seriously, didn't you?
Oh, I love trails.
Yeah. Wow, I love it. Question, I'm gonna pitch this one to Anna. What trainers do you wear when you're running?
Well, currently, I'm in the Nike Pegasus Trails,
Very nice.
which I love. They're not too aggressive for a bit of concrete, so
Yeah.
when we started our run, we had to run to the forest. So it's a nice one if you want to do trails
Mix.
with a bit of concrete.
Yeah.
When I'm doing my road running, I've been a Nike Pegasus fan for a very long time.
Yeah, they are very good. They were my first ever running shoe.
Yeah, so the Peg 36 I have, and then Peg Turbos for race day, They're my marathon PB shoes.
Wow. Speedy ones. Okay, cool. So you're basically a big Nike fan, really.
Yeah, the Nike fan.
Nice.
I do have some Asics Gel DS for like faster, shorter stuff.
Oh, okay.
First time I ever went to track, I had some really old Asics. I can't remember what they were called now. They were light as feather.
Oh, wow.
So I've actually always really done speed work in Asics.
Nice. Yeah. So, similar story for me. I actually started running in Nike Pegasus. Still really like them. Nike Pegasus Zoom, I think.
Yeah.
I've got that I really enjoy. But over lockdown, I've been running in the Hoka Clifton 6s, and they're my road shoe. So a bit treacherous here, so I'm gonna not talk so I don't fall over. And then for my trail running, I always wear Columbias. I'm wearing currently the Caldorado 6s, Caldorado 3s, but then I also have the FKTs, but the Montrails, I don't think they do them anymore. I think they've changed them for a newer model that I really don't like, so it's so difficult with shoes because they get rid of the ones that you like and then they update them and then the update's always worse, so. Oh, this is so pretty. Doggers! Hi, puppy. Much more interested in the water. Oh, so cute. I want a dog. Hello, bye. We love you. Where are you going? So fast. Look at that. Faster than us. I've decided I'm going to come here more often because there's a little bit of everything, as Anna has shown us by taking us everywhere, on road, off road, on trail, through the forest. But it is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing you can get all of this within, it took me an hour from West London, and it would take you a lot less from anywhere else in London. I just happen to be the first away from it you can get. It's just so easy. Loughton tube stop on the Central Line and you are there. So this is one thing I love about cities in the UK, is generally, even London, the biggest of all of them, you can get to the countryside pretty easily, and that's what I need to keep me happy, so that's what I'm going to enjoy about Bristol. Okay, we are out of the forest, and last couple of questions before we get back to the tube. Anna, how often do you run in the week usually?
So I'm very sporadic. I'm not very good at sticking to a routine. So I run when I feel like it.
Very nice.
Or if I'm training for something, then I will stick to a plan.
Yeah.
So for example, last year when I was training for Amsterdam Marathon, I'd run 6 times a week.
6 times? Jesus!
I was running using the Hanson's marathon method, which the basic plan is to run on tired legs.
Right, yeah.
So it's cumulative fatigue, it's timing out your legs to emulate the last bit of a marathon.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. And how much are you running at the moment? I know you're training.
Yeah, as much as I'd like, but probably doing about 3 to 4 times a week.
Nice.
Always try and do an interval session.
Very good.
Something off-road, something a bit longer normally is the off-road one, and then just something steady to clear the mind with a podcast.
Very nice. So that's fairly similar to mine. As you guys know, I am running 4 times a week at the moment, although usually it's about 3. 1 long run, 1 interval session, and the other 2 tend to be kind of random, whatever I need to do to get things done. Yeah, and then Anna, last question.
Yeah.
What do you tend to eat before a run?
Well, you asked me what I ate before this run.
Yeah.
It would be Biscoff spread on a bagel with strawberries.
Relatable.
So, just found Biscoff spread, and it is a slippery slope to addiction to Biscoff spread.
It is true.
Something that's a good mixture of carbs, with a bit of protein, but not too much.
Yeah.
So you don't want to upset your gut before you go out running.
Very true.
So yeah, normally like a bagel, peanut butter, porridge. I don't like bananas. I'm a terrible runner.
You are wrong.
I'll only eat bananas on race day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? And even though you don't like them?
Even though I don't like
Very
them.
strange.
I know, something in my head tells me that it's good for me.
Yeah, they are. I love bananas, as you guys know. And the amount of banana bread I've been making in lockdown.
Oh, banana bread?
Oh, is that a different
Banana
matter?
bread any day, yeah.
Okay. And last thing, what would you recommend as a bit of motivation to get someone out the door?
Okay, so everyone is different, obviously, and it depends. Getting right, by the way.
Cool.
It depends on what you're struggling with. My motivation out of the door is I've never regretted a run.
Very good and so true. I'm back home and that is it for today's vlog. We did just under 10 kilometers in total, bringing this week's total running distance to around 38 kilometers, which is a lot more than I was doing at the beginning of lockdown. But thanks to the Month of Miles challenge, I've actually become quite accustomed to doing 4 runs a week, which makes me feel like every day I should be going on a run. Like I have energy, I have so much more energy, weirdly, than I had when I was just doing 3 runs a week. I think because 4 runs is almost every day. I mean, it's obviously not, but there's a lot of consecutive days that you run, and so I've become quite used to running on consecutive days, which I never used to be able to do without getting injured. And I think it's a big step forward, touch wood, that I can do this, what I'm doing, without getting injured. And while it may not seem like a lot of miles to those of you who are accustomed to doing a lot of them, it's more than I've done since marathon training regularly, since marathon training last year. So I'm pretty pleased with it, and not to mention I feel a lot more energetic. So I'm not tired, like I don't feel like I'm pushing my body excessively, and that's a really good feeling. So that is it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed seeing Anna. I know for sure that I did. It's so nice to see her. I didn't see anyone, alongside everyone else obviously, for 5 months. I certainly hadn't seen any friends up until literally last weekend. So yeah, it's been very nice catching up with people and making sure that everyone is doing okay, and especially running with people. You know, it's nice to be able to spend time outdoors without fear of contracting COVID or being, you know, unsensible, is that a word? I'm gonna say yes. Being unsensible or anything like that. So yeah, it was really lovely to see her, and I hope you did enjoy seeing her as well. We may be seeing more of her if I do this ultra marathon that I really want to do in mid-September. So she will be there doing the full 125 kilometers. I'm considering doing the second day, which is just 50 kilometers, still be my longest run ever by 8 kilometers. If I go along to that, you will see her again there. But yeah, that depends on a lot of different factors. Anyway, if you enjoyed this vlog, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps me and helps other people find my vlogs. And of course, share it with people, share it on Instagram. My Instagram is @foodfitnessflora, and his Instagram is @anna.the.runner. Go check her out, as well as the running channel, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And that is it. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.